Have you ever made a good decision when your confidence was down?
No.
Once. Like, can you say I walked in, my head was down, your physiology's changed, you're like a little nervous. Like, you just don't make good decisions when your confidence is down. Lack of confidence is that thing that keeps you stalled. And then what happens is things build on it. Everything seems heavy. If we want to make more money, if we want to strive in business, we want to thrive in life, there's one thing that you have to protect probably over everything else.
You have this concept of protect your confidence. I've never heard anybody say it like that before. Yeah. Why is that so important?
Because I think, in all the big decisions you've had to make along your way, have you ever made a good decision when your confidence was down?
No.
Once. Like, can you say I walked in, my head was down, your physiology's changed, you're like a little nervous. Like, you just don't make good decisions when your confidence is down. And I don't think it's like we're either confident or not confident. I think it's like if confidence is 100%, if our confidence is 95%, we play smaller. I know with me, like, the big opportunities come. If I'm not in that like space, I'm like, you know what, guys, let's hold, let's not, like, I won't make smart decisions. So I think we have to do everything in our power to protect our confidence. So that theory of protecting your confidence has been a major thing in my head always. In fact, I have we all have our own morning routines. Maybe not everybody, but I have a morning routine that I have to do to get me to play. The way I look at it is play offense for the day, not play defense with lower confidence.
What does that look like?
I've tried a lot of variations, and for me, it's if I immediately when I wake up, I can't check my phone. In fact, I put it on airplane mode and I move it. I got that from Ariana Huffington, who's amazing, and she's like, "Is your phone still by your bed?" She goes, "Airplane mode on the other side of the room," you know. So that, and then I just know so many people roll over and grab their phone, and to me that's like Russian roulette. You put a bullet in the gun and you spin it. It's like, what if the email says the deal didn't happen, numbers are down, life's not working out? Like, and immediately for me, it's like you open up and this little box is going to dictate the first couple hours or maybe the whole day by what you see. So I just won't look at my phone when I first wake up. But when I first open my eyes, this is all, and I like doing things quick for me because I want to get to the gym because it's the only time of day I'll go. If I try to wait till the afternoon, it doesn't work for me. So as soon as I wake up, I immediately try to think of something I'm grateful for, which everybody knows that and thinks about it. But I play this game with myself on how far I can lower the bar, meaning I tried to do a gratitude journal about 3 years ago. And after about 5 weeks, I ran out of stuff to say. I'm like, I already wrote my kids and this and life. Like, what did I put in here? Like, and then I was like, wow, 150,000 people die every single day. You can Google it. That's the number. It's like, some days I wake up and I'm just like, I'm here. Awesome. And I feel that silly little thing like I'm here. Or I'll be like, oh my God, the sheets feel softer than they've ever felt. And I'll literally think to myself, these sheets are really good. Like, what, a third of the world sleeps on a dirt floor? And I have sheets and an amazing bed, and look at the view I have. And that's enough, just because the way I look is I'm just tweaking my brain enough to be in a grateful place. It doesn't have to be this for me, and you guys might have better practices. I'm not talking about a half-hour gratitude meditation. I just need one little thing, or I pick up a book. If I'm reading one of the books that you have on the shelf, I'll just pick 3 sentences and read something empowering, and I'll get that state of mind from my brain. And then I think about one win I had the day before. Because I know as entrepreneurs, as somebody searching for success, we never give ourselves credit. We never treat a friend the way we treat ourselves. It's like, I know I've had days I've gone till 10 o'clock at night and go, man, I got nothing done today. It was the biggest lie. Like, we beat ourselves up. We're like these racehorses. We wouldn't even treat a racehorse that we owned as bad as we treat ourselves, right? So I wake up and I'll do a quick little gratitude, and they'll say, what was one win yesterday that I accomplished? And I'm like, wow, you did do that yesterday. And then I'll think of one win I want to do that day. Like, what, I'm gonna need 1 million things done today, but what's a must today that would be a great win? And then for me, then I immediately go downstairs in my house and I drink, I felt like I fed my mind, and then I want to feed my body. So for me, I've been doing the same drink forever. I do apple cider vinegar, lemon, MCT oil, a scoop of green powder, and mix that up, and I down that. Confidence isn't a scale of 1 to 10, right? So I'm using my daughter. So maybe this example is, when your confidence is at a 9, you're screwed. I guess I just sometimes put it bluntly, right? Really, your confidence on a scale of 1 to 10, I'm a 5 today, I'm a little off. No, if you're a 9, you are not your best self. If you're a 9, you make decisions that are safe. If you're at a 9 with your confidence, you take the abuse. If you're at a 9 with a confidence, you let your friends make you feel bad about yourself. If you're a 9 at a confidence level, you accept the crappy pay that you receive, or a boss treating you in a way you shouldn't be treated, or saying, maybe next year I'll try this new business, or finally get into real estate, or whatever it is you so desire. Lack of confidence is that thing that keeps you stalled. And then what happens is things build on it. Everything seems heavier. Like, so did you ever feel an off a day and your wife or your husband or somebody in your life, or you booked that you had to go to a party? How do you feel when you're having a bad day and it kind of tags your confidence? Like, this really isn't working. I don't really want to be around people today. I don't really, we got to go to that party. You walk in, you try to hide from people. Your confidence is only off a little bit. So if it can make you feel that way for a party or a crowd, how does that affect you, your next level of life, your abundance, your joy, your happiness? Right? We live in this place where we sabotage ourselves by robbing our confidence. So here's what's great about these trainings, and I want to share this with you. Take what serves you and implement it immediately, and throw the rest away. Take what serves you, write it down, implement it in your life as fast as humanly possible. When we're done today, write an email, send a letter, make a call, say no, say yes. Do something today to take your confidence up in the areas that you need it. That's how you get multiples out of the pennies that you pay to be here. Literally. You put it in play and watch this compound your life, your happiness, lower complexity, bring in money. I made some notes because I don't want to miss anything. So we talk about protecting your confidence. We talk about having the ability to gain confidence. So many things in life rob it from us and we don't know how to get it back. So what I'd like to do today is go over some things that I think can get you to find the confidence that's inside of you. You know, confidence is like enthusiasm. Confidence is like energy. I think when people see someone that's really confident, I'm not talking about an extrovert. I'm talking about the coolest thing is when someone's like quiet confidence, right? Like someone walks in a room and they don't even say anything, like, who's that? Right? That's you. It's in there. We are not born with confidence. We are not born with extra energy or extra enthusiasm. We get to make it. We get to create it. We are in control of our confidence level, even if you don't think so. Even if you go, no, Dean, you don't know who I am. I'm shy. I'm the shyest person you know. How crazy is that? I could talk to this camera for 3 hours. I can go on stage with 15,000 people and love it and feel alive. Everybody gives me their energy back. If you've ever been to any of my live events, you know the energy I have on stage because I'm just taking it from you. But after the event, if there's the after-hour party, I'm shy. I have to force myself because I'm an introvert. I have to force myself to go because I love people, but it's just hard for me. But I know I've learned how to gain a quiet confidence that I can walk in the room. I can walk on stage. I can talk on this camera. I can walk up to somebody. I can say yes. I can say no. And that's not who I was. I was the kid who hid behind my dad's or mom's leg every time we went someplace. I was the guy who quit school. Would skip school on the days you had to stand up and speak in front of everybody. But I found a way to harness energy, harness enthusiasm, and gain confidence, especially when I need it the most. Now, I want you to make more money. That's just who I am. I'll never apologize for that because you make more money, you have the ability to take care of other people in your life. You have the ability to become a better version of yourself if you could take the stress and worry of bills, or get a nutritionist and a naturopath and a personal trainer and eat organic food. Healthier. So many relationships, where they say 80% of divorce, something had to do with finances. Are you kidding me? If you can take money out of the way, that goes away. You can focus on the relationship more, right? So I will never apologize for wanting you to make more money. And even if I'm talking about confidence today, subconsciously that helps you make more money. But it helps you in all areas of your life. You're going to go talk to your kids about something that's bugging you? Confidence will help that. Fix a relationship? Confidence. Walk in the gym? Do it with pride? Confidence. Make more money? Confidence. So how do we start? Well, there's a lot of different ways. And I thought about this today, like I always do. I spend about an hour really going deep on how I'm going to teach you, what way can I deliver this in a way that sticks. So I want you to do something that you probably have done with me in the past, but I'm going to do it again. And that is looking backwards. So right now, I hope you have a pen or the ability to write down or at least think about. And this is kind of a positive focus on accomplishments. You see, we have this crazy brain that loves to remind us of the things we did wrong. It loves to remind us, even subconsciously, of our failures. Also loves to remind us of our missed opportunities. Did you ever wake up in the middle of the night, or you're at a dentist and they're working on your teeth, you got nothing to do but think, and so all of a sudden your brain starts, listen, sometimes you're in a positive place, I get that. But when you're thinking about moving forward, or if you're in a place where you feel a little down or your confidence is a little low, do you ever notice that your brain has this great way of reminding you the things that went wrong, or they're reminding you why you missed out on this opportunity, or how you screwed up that relationship, or screwed up that business, or you should have got into real estate sooner, you should have done this, should have done that. Our brain has a way of doing that. And even if it's not all the time for you, when it does do it, it leaves a stamp. It leaves this memory of, maybe you shouldn't try that because you failed. Maybe it's not for you. Maybe the economy's not right. Maybe. And then your confidence is just hovering a little low. Like scared money makes no money, scared in going into a new venture. If that confidence is a little low, you're going to stay exactly where you are. So what I'd love for you to think about is not the failures of the past, not the missed opportunities. What are the things that you accomplished? What are the things that you did that can show you how amazing you are when you put your mind to it? Whether that's being an amazing parent. I don't know about you, but I was scared to death when my daughter was born. Oh my God, I remember taking her home after day 2. I'm like, this is it? Nobody comes home with you? Like, you just take her home? I was scared to death. And then, my parents were married and divorced a lot. I'm like, am I going to screw this kid up? Do I really know how to be a good parent? But what I did is I interviewed 20 people that I thought were great parents. I read countless children's books, and I gained the confidence to be a badass dad. I didn't have that at first. I had zero confidence about being a father. I did. I questioned everything. I still question, but I have confidence about being a dad because I gained the capabilities, and I looked at other things. I've killed it in business. I've killed it in the real estate industry. Wrote multiple New York Times best-selling books. If I can do that, not focus on all the failures, I failed miserably in between all those. I had businesses that failed. I had partners where I trusted and I shouldn't, and it's still my fault. All those things. So what I did is I gained the capabilities, which we're doing here right now about confidence, but I reflected on my other accomplishments to empower confidence in any area I wanted it. You are extremely confident in a couple areas of your life. There's a couple things you do, and you just know you're good at it. Right or wrong? Maybe it's your job, maybe it's your being a lover, maybe it's being a husband, being a wife, being a parent. There is something. So borrow that confidence for any new thing you're wanting to do. And how you do that is by looking back on the accomplishments, the breakthroughs, the things that have made a positive impact on your life, not the things that went wrong. So jot them down if you have a pen. What things have you accomplished? Maybe if you're watching right now live, I'm looking at the notes. Send me some notes send me something right now. Somebody type in something that you accomplished or you're really good at. I'm good at saying, I love all the comments here, guys. I'm just reading them up. You can tell we're live here. So send me some comments. Send me something you accomplished, something you've done, something you're great at. Just start thinking about it. If you're not, text it to me or write it down, but start thinking of that because you're going to borrow that confidence. Now, as you think through that, this is an exercise. This is an exercise that I did. I wrote this in the book with Sean Stevenson. I don't know if you know who Sean is. He's a 3-foot giant, amazing dude. 3 foot tall, has been in a wheelchair his whole life, broke hundreds of bones. This guy's just loaded with confidence. This guy can walk in a room, walk on stage, and you can feel it. Like, think about that. Let's just really think about that. This is a guy who people, and this is just coming out of his words, people have looked at him. We go to restaurants and everybody just stare. They can't help it. They stare. They don't know how to react, right? This is a guy who busted through all that and has insane confidence. So I was going through something about 8 years ago, something I wasn't used to handling, something in business, and it knocked me for a loop. It literally knocked me for a loop. Thank you guys. I see some posts coming in here. It knocked me for a loop. It had me off. It had my confidence off, and I was making bad decisions anyway. I was saying no. I was playing small. I knew my company and my life were going at the time. We were on this, and I just got off, and you realize, just like my daughter pitching, right? Head was off, and everything else was going wrong, right? My daughter loses her confidence, and her arm doesn't work anymore. She can't throw a strike. It had nothing to do with her arm. Well, my business wasn't good because I was off. It was just a time. We all go through stuff. So I meet Sean through a mutual friend, and I end up going to Chicago, spend some time with him, and we start talking about confidence and this thing that's bugging me. And he could give two craps about the thing. So when I share with you right now, it's like you might be going through something, a worry, a fear, a shortage, something is going on in your life. So I don't know what that thing is, and Sean didn't really want to care what my thing was. So I'm telling him about this thing that's bugging me in my business, that's knocking my confidence off, and this is what I do, and I don't know how to find it, and I'm trying to look backwards at my accomplishments. And Sean goes, grab a piece of paper, grab a pen, tell me 10 things that are cool about you. And I'm like, all right, dude, you're not hearing me. I do all this stuff. This is what I'm in this world. I have a New York Times bestseller called Totally Fulfilled. It's a personal growth book. I get this. No, I want to talk through this situation and see how this could happen. He's like, okay, that's great. So could you grab that pen and write down 10 things that are cool about you? I'm like, I just didn't see it. I didn't. So I'm going to ask you right now, as odd as this feels, if you've done this with me before, this is awesome. Oh, thanks, Jill. Appreciate it. Some great stuff coming in. If you've done this before, if you've never done it, I want you to do this right now with me. And let's do 5, and do 5 when we're done today. But I want you to write down 5 things that are cool about you. You know, we have this brain. I said this before, but not only forgetting what we accomplished, but we also like to remind ourselves that's not cool. I say cool. What's good about you? What have you done? When I say cool, what's cool about me, I want to share, and then I want to go back. What's cool about me is that I love to work. I love what I do for a living. I get to learn and teach for a living. If it's in my real estate space, I do more deals. I discover a new way to find deals. I get to create a course and share it. I discover a way to go faster, quicker, success habits. I get to be friends with Tony Robbins and Richard Branson and all these great people. I rob their knowledge. I get to share it with you and my buddies Joe Polish. And I'm so blessed with the people that are around me every day. I truly am. And for a living, I get to learn and share and promote and motivate and inspire. God, I used to fix cars. Like, I'm the luckiest guy alive, so I love to work. I don't have a gazillion hobbies, I'll be honest with you. I don't golf, I don't fish anymore, I don't hunt, I don't ski, I don't ride dirt bikes. I don't have a lot of hobbies. So I have kids, and all of a sudden I realize that I just love being a dad. And I'm sure if you're a parent, you love it just as much as me. You don't love your kids more. I don't love my kids more. We're all the same. But I just loved being a parent. I wanted to be good at it. So what I think's cool about me is about 7 years ago, I just decided I'm not working weekends anymore. I used to I'd work all weekend. I'd work till 10 o'clock at night because I loved it. I come home for dinner. I don't work weekends. That's cool. And I write that down. I love to negotiate deals. Love to negotiate deals. Some people can't. That's just me. I love selling. If I know I can get somebody invested and engaged in a future that's better for them, I freaking love to sell. I don't get nervous about sales. Selling is what makes the world go around. If you love what you do, you're obligated to get people to do it. If you find a cure for cancer, you better be damn good at selling. You find a cure to get your friends to stop smoking, you better sell it. Eat better, better sell it. Find a new way to get smarter, quicker, faster, sell it. Right? I love selling. I love crazy stuff. Like, I love the fact that I used to be able to, I'm not a good reader. I have dyslexia, but I can visually watch something and then go do it. I used to watch somebody run a bulldozer, and then I'd buy one, and when I used to build houses, and I'd jump on the bulldozer and run it. I think that's cool. Well, I'm telling you this stuff, not to brag about me, to spark some things in your head. What I want to tell you is that when Sean asked me this, I couldn't think of one. The only reason I rattled those off is because I did this exercise with him and I've been doing it ever since. But when he asked me to do it, I was like, Sean, I don't really know. He's like, are you kidding me? You wonder why your confidence is in the toilet? What's cool about you? He goes, dude, I know you. You had dyslexia. You have multiple New York Times sellers. That is freaking cool. I know what kind of dad you are. That is freaking cool. And he just started going on stuff that he saw in me. And I'm like, how could I not know this? It is the hardest thing in the room. I've done this live. So many times I will be in a room of people live, right in the other room. I do my high-end masterminds right in this, next to the studio here. And I'll say, guys, there's people in this room that are doing between 50 million and 400 million a year. And we'll do this. And at first like, I don't want to do this. But I see some of them are off and we'll do it. And they all love it when they're done. But you'll ask a guy who's got a company doing 400 million a year, what's cool about you? And he's like, just right now we're stressed. We're in this hiring process. I'm like, but what's cool about you? Yeah, I'm so blessed to have a company like this, but we're thinking in the sales process and I'm not sure if things are going right. And you realize that we get stuck no matter if you're making $20 a year or 20 million or 200 million. We forget to look backwards on what's cool about us. So why am I talking about this so much? Because I want you to do this. I want you to think about it. I watch people that are massively successful get stumped when I ask what's cool about you. And then when they start writing down, I watch the energy in the room change. I watch the way they react. I watch what they say. I watch the smiles on their face and they start talking with each other. They're next to somebody else and go, yeah, do you know that I almost climbed, some mountain. I was 3/4 of the way up. Oh my God. Somebody says, yeah, I literally had the nerve. I got dropped out of a helicopter on skis and skied down a mountain. And all of a sudden it brings up these emotions. We are nothing more than what we believe, what we think. If we think we're not good enough, if we look at our past failures, we think about the stuff that's stressing us in our life, we think about the economy could be off, our neighbors don't believe us, our family doesn't have faith in us, we start thinking that's just who we become. That's who we are. What this little trick is, guys, it's not so you can brag about yourself. When you start thinking what's cool about you, I literally said that I love music more than most people know. I remember writing down, I love sometimes when no one's home, I crank up the music and sing and dance around. That's cool, but when I started thinking about these emotions, thinking about spending time with my kids, thinking about driving a bulldozer, how good I felt when I did this, think about being on stage in front of 15,000 people and know I was the kid that used to skip school. When I think about that, it's not about me bragging. I'm telling you, it feels like I'm bragging a little bit, but I'm not. What I want to tell you, it sparks a new emotion inside of me. And it overpowers the negativity. It gets stronger. It pushes that you can't do this, you're not good enough, you're not loved, you can fail kind of version of you, pushes that crap down, and all of a sudden the real you exposes. That's when you feel in flow. That's when you feel in state. What's cool about you? Yeah, that's the topic of this week's training. Because here's what I know. If we want to be entrepreneurs, if we want to make more money, if we want to strive in business, we want to thrive in life, there's one thing that you have to protect probably over everything else, and that's your confidence. And it is so easy to get your confidence dinged. I will talk about this month after month after month, and I'll give you different tools because one will stick with you. You've heard keep your confidence up, you've thought about it, maybe you've had days with confidence up and down. But I'm telling you, one of the main ingredients to success is high confidence. Have you ever made the sale when your confidence is low? Have you ever asked for the date when your confidence is low? Have you asked for the raise? Have you asked for the partnership? Have you attacked life? When your confidence is down, you're down. When your confidence is down, you play small. I think we all know that. So I'm going to give you different tools. I'll talk about confidence a lot, but I'll never try to repeat myself, or I'll do my best not to, but how do I give you tools to keep your confidence at the highest level possible? And today, I want you to do an exercise called What's Cool About Me? What's cool about you? You see, so many times when our confidence is down, or a new challenge arises, or a time we have to be strong, our crazy brains start focusing on what we're not good at. Our brains focus on where we failed in the past. Our brains focus on what could fail in the future. And all of a sudden, thinking through what could go wrong, you think you're planning. No, you're actually shrinking your confidence, and then you never execute on the plan. Am I right? Has that ever happened to you? Think about right now a time in the past where you could have went for it. You could have started the company. You could have went for the raise. You could have tried for that invention that you wanted to get on TV to solve problems, but your confidence, you backed off. Then someone else had the invention. Someone else made a gazillion bucks. Someone else got the raise. Someone else got the money, right? So how do we find ways to trick our brain? So here's a really tough question. If you were sitting here with me right now, and I said, on a piece of paper, write down 10 things cool about you. I've done this with thousands of people, and I watched so many people. I know the first time I did it, I watched people like, I don't know if there's anything cool about me. No, there's so many things cool. Now, you could use a different word. You could say, what's some accomplishments that you've achieved? What's some problems you overcame? What are some unique abilities? I just like the simple thought, the simple process of what's cool about you. So let's do this right now. And if you're driving in your car, if you're working out at the gym, just listening to this, wherever it is, think about this. And maybe when you're done, you can go find a place where you could sit with a pen and paper. Yeah, I know that's kind of archaic, but with pen and paper in hand, I would like you to sit and write down 10 things that are cool about you. Now, the first time I did this, I remember saying, what's cool about me? I don't know if that's kind of a weird exercise. But then the person, I was actually doing this with Sean Stevenson. He's a 3-foot giant. Talk about confidence. The guy's been in a wheelchair since he was born. The doctors said he wouldn't live 10 days. He's lived 38 years, I think he is right now, and he's amazing. He's a doctor. He's broken over 280 bones in his body. He works out every day. The guy's got more confidence than anyone I've ever seen in my life. So if you're gonna listen to somebody about confidence, that's the guy to do it. You think about it, he says, hey, when I walk in a room, all eyes are on me. He goes, how lucky am I? All eyes on me. I walk in, I'm like, I'm bad. I mean, that's this guy with a doctorate degree on top of that. So smart, such a good guy. Anyway, I did the exercise with him. And I remember sitting thinking, and I'm like, all right, I'm gonna do this for him because he wants me to. And I've adopted it. I've written about it in books. I've talked about it on stage. Now I'm talking about it with you right now. I remember sitting and I wrote, wow, what's cool about me? I had dyslexia. I was in special reading. Teachers thought I was dumb. Nobody thought I'd ever do anything right. I still can't spell good. But I got multiple New York Times best-selling books. That's pretty cool. So I wrote that down. Also, my parents were married 9 times. I lived with my grandmother most of my childhood. It was a pretty chaotic childhood. And I'm a really good dad. I wrote that down. I'm a good dad. That's cool. I'm a good dad. I thought about all the problems that other people have had, and I love walking in when there's a mess, when people think that there's no mutual ground, the deal's not gonna work. I love walking in. I'm a problem solver. My dad had a lot of issues when I was growing up, and I used to like solving his problems, so it built this muscle in me as a problem solver. I'm solution oriented. I see a problem, I'm 100% focused on how to fix it. So I wrote down, I'm a problem solver. I'm solution oriented. That's pretty cool. Then I thought about it. I'm like, there's so many people that don't know that I know how to change motors, change brakes, fix a car. You wreck it, I could fix it. I was in collision shop. I could paint a whole car. I know a lot about cars. That's pretty cool. I used to own a bulldozer and a backhoe and an excavator. When I built houses, I dug the hole. I did the bulldozing. I think it's pretty cool. I could jump on a D8, one of those monster bulldozers, and drive it as good as the next guy. I thought that was cool. And I started writing, and as I'm writing, I'm like, oh, well, that's cool about me. Oh, well, that's cool. And all of a sudden, this feeling, and I'm like, Sean, you bastard. I see why you did this. Like, literally, I was watching my physiology change. I was watching my vocabulary change. I was watching my excitement change. All of a sudden, I started thinking, damn it, that's cool. Damn it, that's cool. Damn it, that's cool. And I had this list of 10 things. You watch when you do this. If you let yourself go, the first 2 or 3 are tough, and then I'll say, no, I remember this. It's cool about me. I asked my wife when everybody wanted to date my wife. Everybody was trying to, I went and asked her and I got her. Or my husband was someone, you know, whatever it is, you write this down and you start seeing traits. But here's the byproduct of doing this exercise, is when your confidence is lacking, or when you want to boost your confidence to the highest level possible, to walk in and close the deal, to get the money, start the company, quit a job, get the promotion, get the guy, get the girl, whatever it is, when you want it, pull out your list of the 10 things that's cool about you and remind yourself of the amazing accomplishments that you've achieved. Remind yourself of the goals that you did, the things that you were scared about you failed, but you overcame and went to another level. Remind yourself about your unique abilities or your core competencies. Remind yourself of that time in space, in a moment that made you cool, made you proud, made you feel like you achieved something. If we can live in that state, if we can live there more often, which we all should, we will make different decisions, because you'll be making decisions from the eyes of someone cool, not the eyes of someone scared. So that's my lesson for today. What's cool about you is an absolute key component. It's a success habit that can carry your confidence, and allow you to make the decisions to take you to the level of life you deserve. Remember, all success starts right here. What's up? What's up? Hey, before you go, you need to watch these next few videos. They're absolute game changers. Hurry up and click right over here and watch them, and I'll see you there.